Hello everyone, it's Allison for the Everyday Scrapbooker, and I'm dropping in with day 3 of the 12 days of Cardmas. I have another simple card to share with you. I have all the products that I'm going to be using to create this card already out. And to start, I'm going to use my Cricut spatula to distress the edges of paper. I find that it's sharp enough to do that, and I don't have a distressing tool, so this works perfectly for me. You can use scissors as well, but I don't have much luck using sharp objects, meaning I cut myself all the time and do silly things, so I'm not even going to attempt using my scissors. Using my spatula is dangerous enough. So all I'm going to do is just rub it on the edge of the paper, and that distresses it well enough. I don't need a distressing tool to achieve a distressed look. It does tear the paper a little bit too. I did mine very lightly. You could do it more if you wanted to achieve a more torn and worn and distressed look, but I was happy with this. After I distressed all the squares of paper that I was going to mat together, I took a snowman stamp from Close to My Heart stamp set that I had in my stash. I'm going to stamp it on the square of white cardstock. And once that's done, I'm going to color it in with my Spectrum Noir markers. I'm using Close to My Heart Intense Black ink to ensure that the ink doesn't bleed or smudge while I'm coloring the image in. All the Spectrum Noir markers that I'm going to be using to color in the snowman are pulled out already just to save time. So I'm using the ice gray marker, I believe. There's also the ice blue. I might have the name for the gray wrong. Don't quote me on that. I will include all the links to the products that I used on this card in the description box below, so you can find them if you need them in your own crafting stash. So there's the gray, there's the ice blue, there's the dark red, tri-blend marker, dull green, and the orange, I believe. There's 5 markers in total that I'm using. To color in the snowman, I'm kind of cheating and not actually coloring in the entire image. I'm just using the lightest hue of the ice blue blend to outline the snowman, just to create some shadowing, basically. It's a really simple trick, and I love using it, especially for the snowman. Super simple to do. I shaded in his hat. I didn't want to use black because I can't achieve shading with the black because it's just one solid color, so I used the gray so that I could achieve some gradient coloring and shading in there as well. At this point, I was trying to figure out if I wanted to adhere the white mat with foam squares or if I wanted to just use my tape runner to adhere it. And the tape runner won, so I ended up using that to glue the 2 pieces of paper together. So that's the white cardstock and craft cardstock, and then I matted both of those on some really pretty paper from one of the newest collections from Close to My Heart called Holly Jolly. It's a really sweet and pretty Christmas collection. One of the 2 that they have right now at Close to My Heart. So at this point, I decided I wasn't really happy with how flat the card was looking. I wanted to create a little bit of depth and dimension, so I stamped the snowman again on some scrap white cardstock that I had, and I'm coloring him in again, and once that's done, I'll fussy cut him out and adhere him to the card panel with foam squares. So I'm just following all the same steps I did previously, shading in the hat, coloring in his little holly, as well as just outlining his body with the blue. The ice blue marker. What is the 12 Days of Cardmas? Well, it is a series that the Everyday Scrapbooker is doing over on Facebook. Every day through today and the next what is it, 12, 11, 10, 9 days, a new Christmas card is going to be shared on the Facebook page to help inspire you in your crafting and also to celebrate Christmas. It's right on the doorstep. We're like a little over a week away. And what better way to celebrate the holiday, craft style, than by sharing some cards with you. So one card every day is going to be made for the next couple of days to inspire you and to celebrate the holiday. You should join in. The link to the Facebook page will be included in the description box below as well. So make sure you check that out and like the page if you haven't done that already. There's lots of inspiration, lots of cards and scrapbooks, and links to other inspiring blogs and companies and so forth on the page as well. You should really check it out. I'm just finishing fussy cutting the cute little snowman out, and I will pop some foam squares to the back of it. Once that's done, I'm going to pull out a sentiment and I'll stamp that in black on the bottom of the craft mat. Not on the bottom of it, but below the square. That's going to be adhered first to the top center of the card panel, and then I'll add the sentiment below that with black ink. It's a really simple and super sweet Christmas card. At this point, I decided that I should probably distress the craft cardstock mat as well. So I'm just using my Cricut spatula to do that as well, just to kind of tie the whole distressed theme together. And then I'll pop the little square mat on that. It roughly measures 2¼ by 2¼ at the smallest. So the white cardstock mat is 2¼ by 2¼ inches. The craft mat, that's slightly larger, is 1/4 inch bigger. And then the blue paper is larger than that. So at the biggest, it's like 3 by 3 inches. Really super simple cutting, some simple stamping and coloring. And with that, the card is done. I love this card, and it was so quick and simple to make. I hope it inspires you to do the same. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like. And if you don't want to miss anything, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the little bell at the bottom of this video and make sure it says all so you don't miss anything from the Everyday Scrapbooker. Thanks for joining me again today. I'll be back again soon with day 4 card inspiration, and I will see you again very, very soon. Bye guys.